Username. Password. Show. LL Chapter 1. The SPARS Pandemic. The SPARS Pandemic 2025 to 2028, a futuristic scenario for public health risk communicators, is a document/training exercise written in 2017 by the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security. The full PDF document can be found and read by anyone with a simple Google search. The document/training exercise apparently is pre-planning for a potential future pandemic in which there is an emergence of a novel coronavirus originating in Southeast Asia and spreading worldwide. The document focuses on communication for figures of authority, almost acting like a guide. It talks about confusion over hypothetical cures that exist and also mentions a rushed vaccine, released in a rushed manner under the Emergency Use Authorization Act. The most interesting aspect of this document/exercise is the similarities it shares with the COVID-19 pandemic that make it look more like a wargaming scenario than a fictional future scenario. The document talks about social media and how it could be used to persuade the hesitant to take the rushed vaccine if they were to see people having negative reactions to it and posting it on social media. They talk about paying a celebrity urban musician to endorse the new vaccine to a hesitant African American community on a fictional social media site called Zap, which is a fictional version of Twitter. They discuss ways to control the narrative and how to control and monitor the sea of information and lead people in the direction they want. They talk about vaccine injuries and what impact this could have on people who are hesitant to take the vaccine and how they can figure ways to get around this. The final chapter is the most disgraceful part of the entire document. In Chapter 19, titled SPARS Aftermath, they discuss how it seems the SPARS pandemic had been sensationalized and that a widespread social media movement against Big Pharma had started, in which individuals started to believe that the treatments/vaccines were driven by a small group of profit-seeking individuals. This next line is near the end of the chapter, and this is an exact quote from the SPARS pandemic document, which may sound quite alarming considering this book was written in 2017. Conspiracy theories also proliferated across social media, suggesting that the virus had been purposely created and introduced to the population by drug companies, or that it had escaped from a government lab testing bioweapons. They also mention how top members of the CDC and FDA were forced to step down for their incompetence. This is known as failing upwards, where basically someone will take the fall for an organization publicly and usually will be compensated heavily or promoted years later for their loyalty. In order to not lose and confuse people, I am keeping these chapters short and to the point. I could go extremely deep into each chapter, but I am purposely trying to keep it simple while including key points. That being said, I would hope after you read this book to please go and take a further look at all of the books/exercises and information I have pointed you towards to take a deeper look.